How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Rise of Kingdoms video. I'm your host Korriban Gaming, and today we will be going through Guan Yu. That's right, this is the ultimate Guan Yu commander guide inside of Rise of Kingdoms. So first off, let us go through his skills. First skill, Saint of War, deals direct damage to up to 3 enemies in a fan-shaped area. Damage factor of up to 1000, of up to 2000, and silences these targets for 3 seconds. Damage dealt to all targets will be decreased by 15% for each additional enemy. When Guan Yu is serving as the secondary commander, decrease damage factor to 500 to 1000. So basically his damage is cut in half when he's the secondary commander. So because of his first skill, this makes it such that Guan Yu has to be the primary commander. Under no circumstances will you want to put him as the secondary commander, because it's just not going to work out that well. You have his damage cut in half, and that's really just not utilizing him to his full potential, right? Second skill, 5 Tiger Generals. When attacking garrisons, increase normal attack damage by 3% up to a maximum of 15%, and normal attacks have a 10% chance to reduce a single target's attack up to a maximum of 30% for 3 seconds. Okay, so this is a nice buff and debuff all in one, but only works for garrisons. And third skill, the Slaying of Hua Xiong. Increases infantry units attack by 10%, by up to a maximum of 30%, and march speed by up to a maximum of 15%. Upon leaving battle, Guan Yu heals a portion of slightly wounded units up to a maximum healing factor of 1000. So this is pretty nice, but unfortunately this only works when he has when he's leaving the battle, and this healing doesn't take place during the battle. But nonetheless, the infantry attack is a nice to have. March speed for infantry, I would say, is not really needed, but you know, this skill you're mostly getting it for the attack bonus. Right, next one, Green Dragon Crescent Blade. So the skill Saint of War hits only one target. There's a 50% chance to deal additional damage up to a maximum of 1000 additional damage factor to the target. When the skill hits 2 or more targets, there's a 50% chance to deal additional damage of damage factor up to 1400 to the current target. So wow, if you hit more enemies with your skill, then you will do even more damage with this skill. Really nice. And when you expertise him, whenever Guan Yu gains a shield, he also increases his active skill damage by 15% for 3 seconds. This is huge, guys. 15% for 3 seconds. Whenever Guan Yu leaves a structure, increases his march speed by 100% for 3 seconds. Okay, this one, the last part, I don't think there's a proper use for it, but this first part, 15% increase of the active skill damage whenever he gains a shield. Really good. Okay, so now let us go through his talents. Alright, so his talents, I have it here. This is probably the only talent tree that you want to build for Guan Yu. You want to go full rage, guys, full rage, and you want to pick this up because of his fourth skill here, which gives you additional damage factor. This one will allow you to boost the damage of your additional damage factor, and is really good. So full rage on him, except for this skill here, because that will make him a little bit too squishy. And I would say this build works for all scenarios, whether you're open field, whether you're rallying, whether you are defending, and we'll go through that later on, whether you're in the Sunset Canyon. This build works really well because it allows you to pump out a lot of damage really quickly. Even though Guan Yu is a infantry commander, he's more towards the nuking side and not so much on the tanky side. Why is that so? I don't know why. I guess the game is just going in this general direction. So this infantry commander is not for tanking, it is for dishing out damage, and he can deal out huge amounts of damage. So that makes him really good. You obviously want to pick this up to reduce the counter attack damage taken. And then you want to spec your infantry tree. Obviously you don't want to take the march speed, you take the extra health bonus, defense bonus, attack bonus, rage gain, definitely helpful, extra damage to archers. So another way you can do this is, of course, spec the left side of the skill tree, and then work to your way towards elite soldiers and like sacrifice a few more points here and there. But I feel that this tree works better because you are gaining more rage and you're not sacrificing as much. So let us go through the pairings on what you can use him with. Guan Yu is great for Sunset Canyon. Lots of people have been using him there, especially the wheels. He is a wheel commander, so you can keep spinning the wheel once your kingdom has him. We are still a few cycles, we still have a few cycles to go before we get Guan Yu here in Kingdom 1430, so it will be some time. I managed to get him before I migrated from my previous kingdom. Okay, so here is what you can pair him with. You can pair him with Richard, though it is not as good if you pair him with Richard because Richard doesn't give the shield. You can actually pair him with Richard for flag defense. Okay, not just flag defense, but Osiris, Arc of Osiris. Both of these they work pretty well. They can dish out huge amounts of damage, and on top of that, they also have a bit of tankiness to help you last as long as possible in Arc of Osiris. Because in Arc of Osiris, it's not about the dead troops or the number of troops injured or who gets the positive traits. It's about who can last longer, so you can keep the structure there for as long of a time as possible to help you gain as much points as possible. Okay, Richard, not such a great pick, but nonetheless still a decent pick. Next one here, Charles Martel, really good pick. Because of his shield here, you will synergize really well with Guan Yu's expertise skill. So if you have Guan Yu expertise, then pairing him with Charles Martel is a must. And chances are, if you are a whale, you already have Guan Yu expertise, then you probably already have Charles Martel expertise as well. So really good to pair him with Charles Martel. You get this extra counter attack damage, and of course, if you place them together for flag defense, you get this bonus from Charles Martel as well. Okay. And then you can also pair him with Alex, because Alex also has a shield. It's really great to pair him with Alex. In fact, Alex is the second best pairing for Guan Yu in my opinion. Okay, he has a nuke, he has a shield, he has the debuff, which makes them do more damage. So you pair him with Alex, and your Guan Yu will be dishing out huge amounts of damage, just, you know, non-stop nuke after nuke after nuke, and it's just insane what you can do when you pair him with Alex. He's essentially a glass cannon if you pair him with Alex, probably rivaling the damage of like cavalry and archers as well. Okay, so for infantry, he is really a very strong nuking commander if you pair him together with Alex. You can also pair him with Sun Tzu if you don't have any other legendary infantry commanders. Sun Tzu is basically a good pair for almost anyone, if you ask me. So you can pair him with Sun Tzu for some extra AoE damage as well, and of course, with Sun Tzu's first skill, you can gain more rage even quickly to pump out more ridiculous damage. And of course, Sun Tzu's last skill, you get extra 20% skill damage bonus for your Guan Yu's nuke, and that will make it even stronger than what it already is. Damage factor 2000, keep that in mind, guys. Even Minamoto's nuke is damage factor 1400 and additional damage factor 600 only. Damage factor 2000 nuke on an infantry commander, guys. Let that slowly sink in. Okay, so Guan Yu can really dish out a lot of damage. Okay, you can also pair him with Yuji. Yuji Mandiok is a good pair for him, even though Yuji doesn't have the shield, but if you can only afford to max one legendary commander, and that is Guan Yu, you can pair him with Yuji as well. Yuji has a nuke of his own. He can reduce the defense of enemy targets by debuffing them, and that gives your Guan Yu nuke even more power. You can place them in flag, though I would definitely recommend Sun Tzu over Yuji. But if for some weird reason you have Yuji maxed before your Sun Tzu, then you can pair him with Yuji. But still, Sun Tzu as a epic commander pairing for him works better than Yuji in my opinion. Okay, Yuji also gives you some great stats for your infantry, 30% increase to the stats, and you have a 10% chance to increase troops damage by 100%. This is the main reason why you want to pair him with Yuji, because of this last skill right here. Oh man, freaking verification again, I swear, guys. Shirt, buildings, I guess, telephone, right? Okay, anyways, where were we? Damn, stupid verification, I swear, always screwing me. Okay, so you can pair with Yuji, and why you want to pair with Yuji is because of this last skill, like I mentioned earlier. This really great, and if you manage to get this to proc and then your Guan Yu to nuke, wow, just wow, damage will be over the roof. But of course, this is only 10% chance, so it's not really as great as I make it out to be. Maybe out of 10 turns you get it to proc 1 turn, so yeah, you have to keep that in mind. I'll still pick Sun Tzu over Yuji if you can. And what other stuff can you pair him with? Let's see here. Alright, the best pairing for him, Leonidas. These two commanders were made for each other. Why do I say that? Okay, targets under the effect of silence or attack reduction will take an additional 50% damage. And guess what? Silences these targets for 3 seconds. Guan Yu's primary skill has synergy with Leonidas' primary skill as well. And don't forget, Leonidas's let's see here, third skill here has synergy with Guan Yu's expertise as well. When this army led by this commander has been reduced to less than 50% strength, there is a chance to gain a shield when attacked. Okay, so keep this in mind. The shield from Leonidas only activates when you are lower than 50% health, so you are not getting the full damage bonus of the nuke, but it's still really good. But then again, Leonidas, this shield is also not a guaranteed shield. You only have a chance of getting it. So if you really want to boost the damage of Guan Yu, then I recommend pairing him with Alex, because at 100% you will still get the shield from Alex, and then you will be able to increase your damage for Saint of War. So, but the trade-off is that you don't have the silence or attack reduction synergy right here for the primary skill. I mean, that wouldn't matter since you won't be using him, right? You'll be using Alex, so it doesn't matter that much. But in my opinion, the best pairing still is Guan Yu, Leonidas. They are practically made for each other. Both their first skill synergize with each other. Leonidas' third skill synergizes with Guan Yu's expertise skill, and yeah, none of the other pairings actually have the perfect synergy that both of them have here. But that being said, Alex is still a really strong pairing with Guan Yu if you have Alex Max and you don't have Leonidas. Leonidas is a MG only commander, so if your MG doesn't, if you can't compete with your other whales for MG, but for some reason you are able to max spin Guan Yu, then yeah, you can pair with Alex as well. Okay, so that is all my pairings for Guan Yu. You should pair with Leonidas for Sunset Canyon for rallying. You can pair with Alex for rallying as well. You can pair with Sun Tzu and Yuji for the open field, and you can pair him with Richard, Charles, or Alex for flag defense as well in the Osiris League. For regular flag defense, I wouldn't recommend Guan Yu inside the flag, because he's not that good. I mean, you can do that to kill off a march faster, but I still think that for regular flag defense, you want tankiness and not so much of the damage output. For damage, when defending flags, you could use Guan Yu and Alex to counter rally, but I wouldn't use him to defend a flag in circumstances like during wartime or during KVK. Okay, I will only use him perhaps in Ark of Osiris. And where do I get this idea from? If you guys watched the match that OV actually played against UCS, they actually used Guan Yu inside some of the flag structures to great effect, and this works against marchers that die off quickly or marchers that have less than half health. So when the march drops to below when the rally drops to below less than half health with no reinforcements nearby, you can switch your primary flag defense commander to Guan Yu to quickly finish off whatever rally is thrown at you. And if your flag is below, if your structure that you're defending is below 50%, you can of course get Leonidas' third skill to proc, which increases Guan Yu's damage as well to help kill off the march, the rally attack on your structure even faster. So that is it for the ultimate Guan Yu commander guide. Let me know what you guys think down below, and if it has helped you, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of such future content, be sure to subscribe to this channel. And till the next time, I'm your host Korriban Gaming. Peace out.